Hello folks and welcome back to Composition Songwriting 101! Today, this week, we're going to be talking about family rhymes, additive and subtractive rhymes, as well as assonance and dissonance type rhymes. As always folks, you can find this slide presentation on our Google Classroom if you wish to go through it at your own pace and to read through the slides on your own. Totally fine. But here's a video about it. Let's begin. So, just as a reminder, a refresher, okay, these are your 5 compositional tools, the 5 elements you need when writing a song to create both stability and instability, or giving your audience that feeling of wanting more in your song. So you need the number of lines, something you need to consider. Are those lines matched or unmatched in length? Are they the same length or are they not? Is there a rhyme scheme? What type of rhymes are you going to use? And what is the rhythm of those lines? Well, we are going to be talking about the rhyme types and the rhythm of lines in the next 2 weeks. The rhyme types will be today. All right, so our first type of rhyme is called the family rhyme. Now we call consonant sounds plosives. So plosive. Okay, they interrupt the air column. So as I'm talking, there's air that's moving all throughout my lungs, out of my mouth. It's uninterrupted. But when we have consonant sounds, so remember, consonants are any types of sounds that are not vowels. There are any types of sounds that force you to put your lips together, force you to put your tongue to the roof of your mouth or on the back of your teeth. And we call them plosives because they explode out of your mouth. Plosive. Explode. There are 6 of them, by the way. There are 6 plosives. The first is the P. The next is T, K. So when you use K, okay, your tongue is hitting the roof of your mouth. Now, those 3 plosives, okay, they don't use any of your vocal cords, right? They're just air, sounds of air in your mouth and your lips, your tongue moving, right? But then the other 6 types actually engage the vocal cords. They're still plosives, but they engage the vocal cords. B, 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 B. D, 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 D. G, 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 G. Okay, these are they all form together. So the 6 plosives all form a family group when speaking. So remember, for perfect rhyme, like from our last lesson, the consonant sounds must follow the vowel. Okay, if there's any vowels present, and they are identical. Okay, they are phonetically related. Now, when we say phonetically related, that means that when we sound them out using our lips, our tongue, our voice, they sound the same. Okay, and just as a reminder, okay, remember, the most resolved is perfect rhyme. Okay, we talked about that yesterday. Now we're moving from most resolved all the way through to least resolved, or from most stable all the way through to most unstable. And in between here, we've got some different types of rhymes. First is the family rhyme. So we can use this idea of the partner system. So if you take a look here, there are 6 plosives, and each one is grouped together. So P and B, they're very similar. So we call them partners. T and D are very similar. So they're partners. K and G, G. So the K and G sound are very similar. So they're partners. And so they're partners within this family system, and we can find rhyming words a lot easier when we use this partnering idea. Okay, so for example, we have this line. My heart's been stuck in the mud. Now we want to find a rhyming word that rhymes with mud. Okay, it ends in a D, D, D. So if we go back to our family group here, we have D, D. Well, T is a good one. Okay. B might be good. G might be good, but let's take a look. So the important thing to note here is that if you write these out, P, T, K, B, D, G, there's a triangular relationship. So, for example, we have our word, mud. We want to find something that rhymes with mud. So we can use the partner group of T to find that rhyming word with mud. But we can also use the triangular partner group as well to help find a rhyming word. That gives us 3 different words that we can use to rhyme. So if we take a look, that triangle happens here. So we've got mud with a D. It partners with T, great. But then we can create a triangle between T, B, D, and G and back up to T. And within that family group triangle, we can find rhyming words. So, for example, right, we have mud. Well, we can rhyme it with cut or rub, mud, rub, or rug, mud, rug, right? They're a little less apart. They still rhyme though. Rub, mud, rug, mud, cut, mud. In family rhymes, it's really important to remember that the end consonants are now similar instead of exactly the same. Okay, they're just similar. In perfect rhymes, remember, in perfect rhymes, they must be exactly the same. So the D, we must have another word that rhymes with mud with a D at the end. But when we're talking about family rhymes, we're talking about rhyming words that aren't exactly the same, don't always finish on the same consonant, but they sound similar. Like mud, cut, mud, rub, mud, rug. We also get another section here in family rhymes called fricatives. They create friction in the way you rhyme your words. So we have our plosives, BDG, PTK. We also have fricatives, which combine things. So we got V, Th, Z, Z, J. Okay? And we have the partners with each of these fricatives. So remember, these are voiced. So when I say voiced, that means they use your voice, the vocal cords. When they're unvoiced, there's nothing, like p. They just use the air. So we have V, F, Th, V, Z, S, J, J, Z, J, or J, Ch, J, Ch. Very similar. So there are partner groups here. Okay, they're companions too. Okay, so we have partner groups going vertically here, and we have companions here. So B, D, G, B, D, G, V, Th, Z, J, J they're companions because they're all voiced. They're using the vocal cords. And all of these ones here are companions because they are unvoiced. P, T, K, F, Th, Z, S, 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 P, T, K, F, Th, S, Sh, Ch. Okay, there's no use of the vocal cords. So, for example, if we use the word love, V. All right. So we can use, if we take a look here, we've got some partner word will be with an F. So we've got the GH sound in rough. So love, rough. Or we've got the Z sound. Okay. Love, buzz. Or love, grudge. Love, crush. Love, crutch. Now, there are some of these that are a little more apart and don't rhyme as well than others. Okay, but creating some degree of connection, even though it's not perfect. Remember, perfect rhyme is an exact perfect rhyme. They both end the same way. When we're talking about family rhymes, they're just family. They're not the same. They are related, though, like family. Okay? And so there's still this sense of some stability, right? Love, buzz, love, grudge, love, rough, love, crush, love, crutch. There's some sort of rhyme here, okay? In some way, they do relate to one another, and that does create some sense of stability. It's not perfect, okay, but there is some sense of stability. All right, so nasals. We get some weird sounds coming out of nasals. Now, all nasals are voiced, right? And that's our M's, mm, our N's, mm, and our NG's, mm. So we've got very hard to do fast. But what's happening is driving the air column, instead of out our mouths, it's actually driving the air column up into our nasal cavity, into our nose. And that then gives us the sound. Our nasal cavity is actually the resonating chamber, which produces the sound, right? So, it's all coming from the nose. Okay? And they are all voiced, and so they're companioned with the fricatives and the plosives that are voiced, that use our vocal cords. All right, so finding some family rhymes. Well, most rhyming dictionaries only list perfect rhymes, okay? But you can use a rhyming dictionary to help you find family rhymes as well, okay? So, for example, we're going back to our old friend mud, okay? So we are trying to find vowel sounds with that short U sound, right? Mud, mud, Okay, you can go into the rhyming dictionary and find all the short U sounds with T. Cut, but, right? All those short U sounds that end in T. Okay, remember, our family groups and our partners. Okay, D is with T, but also with B and G. Then you can go into your rhyming dictionary after you found words that have a short U sounds with the ending consonant of T. You can go into your rhyming dictionary and find other short U sounds with ending consonants of B and G and P and K to see what you can find that could rhyme with mud. But just remember that we don't need to find perfect rhymes with mud. We're just finding family rhymes. Words that are similar in terms of their sound to give you this kind of imperfect but stable rhyming word with mud. Okay? And the same thing goes with fricatives and nasals, right? You're using the short U sound and finding the ending consonants for fricatives and nasals to find a rhyming word. All right, let's move on to the next section. Additive and subtractive rhymes. Well, if you notice here, we're actually missing a few letters here, a few different kind of consonant sounds that aren't used very often, but that you will come across in some songs, as well as when you're writing your own songs, you might want to use some of these words in your compositions themselves. And so those letters or those consonant type sounds are L, R, W, Y, and X. Now, if we list off our vowels, right, A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, that's why we have Y here, because sometimes it's a consonant type sound and sometimes it's a vowel and sometimes it's neither. But when we're talking about additive and subtractive rhyming words, we're really focusing on the L and the R. Now, as we move along our spectrum here, right, remember, perfect rhyme is the most resolved, the most stable. Family rhyme is a little bit less stable, but still pretty stable, pretty resolved. Then we're moving even further away from resolution, or being resolved. The additive and subtractive rhymes, okay? We're getting closer and closer to the least resolved type of rhyme. Now, additive and subtractive rhymes, what are they? Well, they're words that don't end in consonants, but they also don't fit well with the family rhyme structure. So, for example, words, ending in long vowels, like free, go, play, grow. Right? Sometimes it is hard to rhyme these words. So let's talk about them. So first, let's look at additive rhymes. Well, additive rhymes, just like the name of the type of the rhyme says, is something is being added. So we have two words, okay, that have two syllables. Two word syllables. Okay, like cry. The second word, okay, must add something that the first word doesn't contain. So, for example, you're going to have two words. You have a word like cry. It's one syllable, okay? It's 3 letters long. Cry. What would be the least possible sound that you could add to create some form of stability? So if we take a look back at our table here, we have cry. Well, what would be a good one with cry? Well, we have these ones, these plosives. Cry, bribe, bride, pipe, cry. Not quite. Let's see what we've got here. So we've got cry, right? Bribe or ride. They're longer words, okay? And remember, additive rhymes add something to the second word, the other word that you're rhyming. Okay, you have cry, and then somewhere along in your stanza you have another word like bribe or ride that is a little bit longer in terms of the number of letters used. Okay, it still creates some form of stability, but isn't a perfect rhyme with cry. It's hard to rhyme with cry because it ends in a Y. Okay, here are some other examples. Free, speed. Not perfect, but still kind of rhymes. Fit, grits. Doesn't have the same ending, but it rhymes. Fine, resigned. Fine, resigned. So it's not a perfect rhyme, but it's pretty close. And if you look, that second word is a little bit longer. Free, speed, fit, grits, fine, resigned. Okay, so that additive rhyme, that second word is longer and creates some stability, but still rhymes. It's not perfect rhyme, but it still rhymes. Subtractive rhymes, well, it does the opposite. Okay, we have two words. Each word is one syllable long. Okay, or 2 syllables at the max. The second word now is shorter than the first, and this creates instability. Okay, not stability. That's why additive and subtractive. So if we were to, on the spectrum, okay, we go from most resolved with perfect rhymes, then we have family rhymes, then we have additive rhymes, and then we have subtractive rhymes. And subtractive rhymes are more towards the side of being unresolved, more towards the side of being unstable. Okay, and so for example, speed, free. Speed, free. Stove, glow. Resigned, fine. Smile, cry. This one is the most least resolved, I think. It sounds really weird, doesn't quite rhyme very well at all. Smile, cry. Smile, cry. There's some kind of relationship there still, some familiarity, but they're really unstable, really towards that least resolved side. All right, now we're coming down to our last two. We have assonance rhyme, okay? It is important to know that assonance rhymes are always unstable. Always. 100%. Always, always, always. The only thing that the words or syllables have in common in an assonance rhyming word is the vowel sound. all of the syllables that you're rhyming do have ending consonants using assonance rhyme, okay? So ending consonants belong to different phonetic families. So different families, different ways in which we actually pronounce the words. Like life, life, tide, life, tide. The only thing common here are the vowels, the I's. Life, tide. Very unstable and will not give you the full rhyming effect. Okay? It will diminish the resolution. So it makes your lyrics feel unfinished if you're rhyming life with tide. Or if you're using assonance rhyming words that only share a vowel, but the ending consonants do not share anything. Okay, by using assonance rhymes, it gives you the possibility of using your rhymes more expressively and through emotion. Okay, here are some examples. Blood, rush. Okay, it feels very, very unstable, not rhyming at all. Fool, rude. Right, we have vowels. Okay, the double O and the U. But that's it. Okay, our consonant endings, d, sh, they don't rhyme at all. Fool, rude. Okay, not very much there. Not much rhyming there. Fire, smile. That one always just throws me right off. So, remember, assonance rhymes are always going to be unstable. They're always going to be towards the least resolved section of our continuum here. The last one is the consonance rhymes. The consonant rhymes are the least resolved, the most unstable type of rhymes that you can have in your lyrics. Okay, the syllables contain different vowel sounds. 1, along, scars, fears, filled, crawled. They all have vowels, but they're different vowel sounds, right? 1, along, scars, fears, filled, crawled. They don't rhyme at all. They're the most unstable, the least resolved. The consonants at the end of the syllables are identical, typically. Right? 1, along, scars, fears, filled, crawled. The consonants, the endings rhyme, but nothing else rhymes. Okay, like I said, these are the weakest possible connections that you can have in a song. Try to avoid consonance rhymes. Okay, but that being said, consonance rhymes can create this real sense of emotion in expressive voice in your song. Really wanting your audience to want more. Okay, when you don't rhyme stuff together, when you don't fulfill those expectations of rhyme that your audience is so used to, it becomes very difficult to do this. All right, a really good example is Warren Zevon's chorus in his song "Hasten Down the Wind." Have a listen to it. I'll post it on I have posted it, on our Google Classroom. But just so you know, in the chorus, he tries to rhyme friend with wind. It creates this sense of longing and a true sense of expression in the song, but it's a very good example of consonance rhymes. All right, here is a recap, of all the different rhyming types that we have talked about this week. So we have our perfect rhyme, right? The most resolved. A lovely day to have some fun. Hit the beach, get some sun. Feels resolved, feels happy, feels perfect. We have a perfect rhyme here. Fun, sun, same vowel, same consonant ending. Bada boom, bada bing. Okay, then we move into the family rhymes, right? And in this example, we're going to use nasals. A lovely day to have some fun. Hit the beach, bring the plum. Still rhymes. Not a perfect rhyme. We got fun, plum. Right? 2 nasals. But it still rhymes. It still feels pretty stable. All right, now we're going to move into something a little less stable, but still in the realm of being resolved. the additive rhyme. A lovely day to have some fun. Hit the beach, get some lunch. Yeah, that last word, right, lunch, is longer than our first rhyming word, fun. Fun, lunch. But we have that same kind of sound, the same N sound here, and so it still is kind of stable, right? They're still related. Fun, lunch. But now we get into a little bit more unstable with the subtractive rhyme. Hit the beach and get some lunch. A lovely day, have some fun. Ooh, that sounds really, really not complete. Hit the beach and get some lunch. A lovely day, have some fun. Lunch and fun, that first word is longer than the second rhyming word. Okay, it feels unstable, not resolved. Now we're going to get into even more unstable, even more unresolved with assonance rhymes. Now remember, assonance rhymes, they share the same vowel in between. Okay, the same vowel sound in between. A lovely day to have some fun. Hit the beach, fall in love. It's kind of unstable still here. Okay, it carries doubt in the lyrics. Listen. A lovely day to have some fun. Hit the beach, fall in love. It's almost like a question. It's close to being completely unresolved. It's not quite settled. We want more to finish this. A lovely day to have some fun. Hit the beach, fall in love. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-dee-ba-doo, ba-da-ba-da, ba-da-ba-da. We need more. We want more. And the most unstable, the least resolved form of rhyming type is our consonance rhymes. Have a listen. A lovely day to have some fun. Hit the beach. Bring it on. Boy, that doesn't rhyme at all. Fun, on. We have the same consonant sounds, different vowel sounds. Okay, it is very unstable. Lots of doubt in the lyrics. Have a listen again. A lovely day to have some fun. Hit the beach. Bring it on. Unstable. Lots of emotion created by this type of rhyme. That's everything for today, folks. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you learned something about rhymes, and I hope you can include this idea of resolved and unresolved and family rhymes, rhyme types into your song lyrics. Remember, it doesn't have to be a perfect rhyme in order for it to sound resolved and to sound complete. As always, folks, if you have any questions, please let me know. And don't forget to answer this week's discussion question on family rhymes, assonance and dissonance, as well as subtractive and additive rhymes. All right. Bye for now.